Hello everyone, Danielle here. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I am so glad to have you here with me this evening. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to make any requests for your personal healing. We are going to get things started off in the first hour by building a beautiful crystal grid to support all of your healing intentions. And after that, we're going to transition into a lovely Reiki session where you can relax, enjoy, and I will send healing to you wherever you happen to be. If you're watching this as a pre-recorded video, hello from the past. Oh, and my cats also are saying hello. You can go ahead and skip ahead to the healing if you would like. It's usually between the 1 hour 15 in, or where you see the lights begin to shift. So again, thank you so much for being here. And if you would like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you'd like to schedule a distance healing or a tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystal set, go ahead over and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So let's go ahead over and see what our requests are and say hello to everyone. Oh, welcome in everybody. Let's see what we got. Let me turn this light down a little. Okay, oop, a little bit much. Okay, that'll do. So let's see, Violet Integration, great to see you. Kanta, wonderful. Jenny, Grace, Dewey, and yeah, wonderful to see. And I'm just looking to see who popped in. I think it was JS, something to help with understanding dreams. You've been having such wild dreams lately. Me too. Me too. So let's go ahead and iron this out, get this straight. So we're starting off with this beautiful copper, and this is going to help to break up any blockages and get the energy flowing optimally. For understanding dreams or any spiritual messages, blue kyanite is my favorite. This is also wonderful if you feel like you need a little bit of self-care, self-love. This is a stone of self-acceptance, loving yourself exactly as you are without any pressure to change or shift before you're worthy of love. And that is blue kyanite. So yeah, whether you're doing tarot or tea leaves or dreams, this can really help you to understand those messages. So be well, JS, good to see you. Always hardest just starting off the grid. Okay, wonderful. And let's see what else we have. Yes, happy Tuesday indeed. Hey, welcome back in, Lee. Square Bear 667. Hey, welcome in. We're nice. You can hang out and be yourself in here. We're friendly folks. It's good to have you. So we usually start things off by feel free to request any particular healing intention. We're going to build a beautiful crystal grid so you can request specific crystals or just the intention and I can pick them for you. And after we build the crystal grid, I'm going to send everybody Reiki for about 25 minutes. So, oh, gotcha. Well, let's do... And I'm just going to hop around. I'm going to get everybody's requests, but I'm hopping around a little bit. Sodalite is actually great for homesickness. I don't know if homesickness is really the thing. It's not so much loneliness. But here we go. Yeah, so Sodalite helps, as I said, it helps with homesickness. It also helps with communication. So whether we're communicating verbally, the written word, or even performing, this is one that can help us to truly express how we're feeling inside. It's also great with grounding impulses too. And let's see what else I have to help. picture jasper. This helps us to envision our future a little bit more clearly, and with a heavy helping of spirituality and positive things. It's great for seeing the big picture and kind of opening up the possibilities, being okay with letting go of the status quo and not quite knowing what you're jumping into. It's especially good for moving abroad and meeting and working with and alongside new cultures. So picture jasper might be really helpful. Hey, Fawn. Awesome. And Sharina, welcome in. I think we are doing good, so I hope that that helps you. Hey, Catherine. Martha, I hope you're doing well too. Yes, the singing cats. They love to sing me the song of their people. It's rare that Gertie does. Gertie's sad because I closed the window because it was loud outside. Usually it's Hattie that's singing me the song of her people all day, but sometimes it's Gertie. Ah, you got the hopeless feeling. Oh, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, Square Bear. It's so good to have you. So let's see. And I will definitely get to everyone's requests. I'm just going to hop around. Yep. It's so funny that Catherine and Dewey were asking about something that's represented in the same stone, right back to back. So let's see. Oh, we have more than one writer in here. That's awesome. Something on the grid to help you get rid of that hopeless feeling. Aspiring novelist wants to be a published author. Absolutely. So one of these things that I'm going to do for you is Snowflake Obsidian, and the other is Dumortierite. So Snowflake Obsidian, this is also good for Dewey. This is definitely a good one for anything around guilt, especially that like sneaky guilt that does actually stick to things that you don't even realize is there. It's like we're resentful of ourselves in a way. Definitely helpful for that. Also helpful for organizing the way we go about things like tasks, but more so organizing the patterns that we have, recognizing when we have a pattern of action and behavior that's not helping us, to say the least. It also helps with calming overstimulation and bringing in a sense of inner peace. It's great for balancing the mind, body, and spirit, as well as serenity and peace, especially after any kind of loss. So this is, and clairaudience. That's when we hear spiritual guidance. So that is Snowflake Obsidian. Dumortierite helps with anger and patience, but it also helps with any situation that seems hopeless or like you're starting to feel like things just won't improve. It's also great for standing up for yourself. So yeah, the patience and the feeling of just like nothing's going to move, I'm going to be stuck here forever, and keeping hope, Dumortierite for sure. So let's bring this in. Yeah, very synchronistic requests. Okay, so let me go up to the top again really quick. Oh, hey, here's one of those musical kitties. You want to say hi? What you doing, Gertie girl? You feeling shy or you want to be famous? What's up with you? What's up with you? Yeah, good girl. Yeah. Sure you can hear her purring. Let's see. So Grace had a request for heart healing, love, and happiness. So let's do that. So heart healing, I feel like rhodonite is the one to call in today. This is one that on the physical level, allergies, autoimmune stuff, any kind of asthma, I struggle with, all of the above. It can be really helpful, but also in the emotional side of things, that's where it really shines. This is one that can help you to heal that broken heart, and it will ultimately help you to open your heart up again. So it's deeply, deeply healing. It's also great with insecurities, and on the more extreme end, if you are struggling with, oh, you're looking up at me. If you're struggling with a past that includes emotional abuse, this can be a particularly helpful stone. It also helps to balance the yin and yang in the body. So that is rhodonite. We're also going to grab some rose quartz. Rose quartz helps us to let go of the things that aren't great for us, but we're holding on to them because we're worried that something worse will come along. Rose quartz is a very consistent, very loving stone. It helps to expand our heart center, fill it with just love that's all about unconditional love, that you deserve this support and sort of like the bear hug from the universe. It's, like I said, it's very consistent. So carrying this around you on a regular basis can help you to start making better decisions and taking better care of yourself. And overall, it's just a lovely stone. So rose quartz for sure. We're going to put that under our snowflake obsidian. And I am doing really well today. Thank you for asking, y'all. Jane, please, lungs and throat, illness and financial abundance. Oh, thank you for liking my hair. I appreciate that. I washed it. I have like 2 hair products and then I just let it air dry. I just like wrap it up in a t-shirt and let it air dry. I am a low maintenance lady. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So lungs, throat, and illness. So let's get blue lace agate, moss agate, and let's do some emerald. Emerald is wonderful for upper respiratory everything. It's one that I absolutely love working with. It's also helpful for healing skin and tissue, as well as restoring confidence. This is also one that can help you with reigniting the passions in your life, especially when it comes to your work or your hobby or spirituality. If you feel like it's kind of, you've almost lost your connection a little bit, this can help. So that's emerald. Moss agate helps with every level of illness, whether it's viral, bacterial, fungal, whatever. This helps with the Chinese concept of anything moving through the body very quickly has wind, it moves very rapidly. This helps to kind of knock that down a bit and supports your body to kind of get the upper hand in taking care of you. It's also really spiritual. This helps with a connection with nature, and it also helps if you're doing any higher self work or inner child work. And it's also great for just connection to spirit in general. So I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle a couple. And blue lace agate is going to be great for the throat. So also wonderful for, besides the throat, skin allergies, tension, headache, and expressing difficult emotions. It's also thought to be helpful for arthritis and bone fractures. But also, this is a great stone, much like Sodalite. this can help with communication, especially things that are really hard to say emotionally, or that might be really difficult for someone else to hear and you're trying to be as sensitive as possible. So that's blue lace agate. Okay, so I hope you are doing well. Let's see. Anger and insecurities and emotional peace. Anger, definitely Dumortierite. I'm going to add some howlite. Insecurities is going to be rhodonite. Oh, we have a little baby Hattie under the table there. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So let's bring in some howlite. This is superb for anger and resentment and frustration. It helps us to separate from that a little bit and kind of gain the upper hand of whatever's going on, not being quite so volatile. And hold on one moment. There, just wanted to adjust my mic. But it's also great for the joints, whether they're dislocating or they're achy or anything like that. Joints, as well as just the bones in general. It's thought to be helpful for absorbing things like calcium and density, adding density to the bone, but just in general, joints and anger. So howlite. I hope that helps. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, definitely insecurities is that. And also, what else can I do for... I think that's good. If you think of anything else that I can support you with, please let me know. And moonstone and apatite. Jennifer Vatsa. Yes, for Key, Patty, probably Patty, maybe both of you. Bloodstone is great for recovering from like a sudden cataclysmic, like emotional overwhelm type trauma. Bloodstone as well as blue calcite. They're my emotional first aid stones. If it's like shock trauma, like been in a car accident, something happened to you and you're just kind of like not even all together yet, black obsidian. But yeah, emotional side of something traumatic is bloodstone and blue calcite. Okay, cool. Both tonight? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hello, Sabrina. Ola to you too. T, good to see you. Andrea 45 Hector, good to see you. I'm going to get everyone's request. Morgan, good to see you. How do I spell? I'm not sure. Shireen was asking how I spell that one. I'm not sure which one I was talking about, but I will say Dumortierite and rhodonite is the pink one. And that's probably one of those two. It was probably Dumortierite. But either way, Dumortierite was the blue one that is more for things like anger and when things just feel like there's just no hope. Rhodonite is the pink one, and that has to do with healing a broken heart. Yeah, Jenny, I feel like you like low maintenance hair, less stress. Yeah, if I have time to myself, I'd rather be doing anything except my hair. It's just how I am. Okay, so hopping around here. Moonstone, apatite. You put blue kyanite on your pillow at night and you've slept so well. That's awesome. Moonstone and apatite. Moonstone helps us to stay in connection with the rhythms of nature, and it also helps us to connect to spiritual wisdom, especially older or even ancient spiritual wisdom. I think of Moonstone along the lines of the High Priestess card in the tarot. She knows everything. She doesn't necessarily say everything she knows, but she's got all the secrets in the back of her mind. Yeah, this is very much connection to the divine feminine, intuition. It's very protective during travel, and it also helps us to call upon a love relationship. So that is Moonstone. And then after that, we'll have Blue Apatite. So let's do some Moonstone. Blue Apatite helps with our relationship with food, whether that's overeating, undereating, gaining weight, losing weight, whatever the case might be, this can be really helpful. It's also great for learning your soul purpose and strengthening your aura as well. Strengthening our aura, our auric field is basically our energy field around our body. Strengthening that makes it a little bit harder to accidentally take on someone else's energy. So Blue Apatite is good for all of those things. So let's go ahead and bring this in. So glad to have you here and hope you're having a beautiful day. Financial abundance. And so from Sharina, financial abundance, career opportunities to blossom, and discovering your home. I love it. Definitely financial abundance. Let's bring in some citrine. So citrine helps to call in all of that beautiful financial abundance, all of that, and not just in terms of money, but resources in general. So the things we need, the roof over the head, all of those kinds of resources. It's also thought to be really helpful, and I use it all the time for this actually, balancing logic with intuition so that you can operate really well with both sides of you engaged. It's very, very helpful for that. It's helpful for making better decisions with the money you do have, and also is thought to be helpful for addictions and compulsions and even nausea. So citrine. Let's just put that on top of the Moonstone. There we go. And for career opportunities, let's do some lapis. This helps with moving up in your career field. Also helps with embodying everything that is related to integrity, honesty, clear communication, good follow through, all of that kind of stuff. It's also great for the inner ear, so hearing loss issues, vertigo for sure. And it's also helpful for taking responsibility, like personal responsibility. But this is thought to have a lot of impact on helping you move up in your career. So lapis. Also, the citrine here can help with that to some extent. Let's see. So we'll bring in the lapis. Kidneys, yeah, lungs, kidneys, constipation. Gotcha. Lungs, yeah, we have a couple of lung stones. Rhodonite's great for lungs, but let's bring in some pyrite. This is great for the lungs, the brain and memory, intuition and protection, and for calling in financial abundance. And who doesn't need more of that? So yeah, we'll bring this in. So that's pyrite. So that'll help too. Yep, the lungs, fever, brain, and memory. Pyrite. We like to think the fool's gold brings the real gold. So we'll bring that in. And kidneys, actually picture jasper is great for that. So that's here. That's really good for the kidneys. And all the best with that too. And gotcha. And for constipation and all digestive upset is Dalmatian jasper. Dalmatian jasper is actually black tourmaline that's running through jasper. And black tourmaline helps by repelling nasty energy, the energy we don't need, that nobody needs. It keeps it at bay. Even if it's just someone else's energy and we don't want it in our field, it keeps it at bay. So with a whole lot of it running through these stones, what it's really doing is helping to break up kind of stagnant energy. This is really helpful for clearing that auric field that we talked about earlier. It helps to foster cooperation, and every kind of digestive disorder you can think of, this can be really, really helpful with. So yeah, so Dalmatian jasper. So all the best. Let's see. The one for hopelessness is Dumodorite. So that's the one that I typed in that starts with a D. That actually came from Jennifer Vatsa's shop. She gifted us that. So I look at Etsy.com and search for Belladonna Botanicals if you're looking for it. Speaking of which, I'm going to grab Jennifer's requests. Oh, good. We have one already. Moonstone's out there. Sunstone, Kunzite, Lemurian. For anyone that is looking for opportunities too, I know the opportunity to move up in career along with lapis, this is a good one too. This also helps you to be recognized for who you are. Like you won't just get passed over. People will notice you. It definitely helps bring in career opportunities, but overall it helps us to see the biggest possible, brightest possible version of ourselves and our possibilities, so that we can start to set our goals a little bit higher and reach a little bit farther, and really just see how much more we are than we think we are. It's great for, as I said, also protection against people that would exploit those kinds of qualities, as well as marketing for business, things like that. And it's great for what's the one other thing I was thinking of? Phobias. Sunstone is good for phobias, so we'll bring that in. Yeah, it definitely helps us see ourselves as our real selves, not the little versions of ourselves that we think we are. So Sunstone. Lemurian quartz helps to heal the past, especially childhood stuff, but even past lives. Anything that is old stuck kind of energy, and especially stuff that you might be processing, like trauma from past lives or early childhood. It also helps you to learn while you're going through that healing process, which is learning about ourselves when we go through something like that is really indispensable. Getting to know ourselves helps us in the future in so many ways. But yeah, it's also great for releasing old stuck emotional pain. So Lemurian quartz. Let's do one here. And kunzite helps with the heart chakra too. If you like rose quartz, and I mean, who doesn't? You're gonna love kunzite. This one helps with expanding your heart center. It's like an extremely high vibrational stone, very angelic, very connected to spirit, and it really helps see yourself as just this loving and lovable being. It helps you to see yourself as part of the everyone, everywhere, all the time, interconnectedness of all things. And it also helps you to hold an abundance of love in your heart, especially when you're healing really deep old wounds. So kunzite and things like Lemurian go together really well. One's helping to heal the old past, and the other's helping to kind of fill in those gaps with very potent, supportive, heart-based energy. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. Glad that you are here. We're also going to grab bloodstone and blue calcite for Patty. And yeah, these two are both the emotional stuff hits the fan stones. Bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope, is wonderful for like just generally lifting despair, but also giving you some emotional stamina, especially if it's a long slog to kind of work through whatever has been this emotional shock. It also helps to relieve self-doubt. It's really helpful for meditating. It helps to like quiet your mind and helps you to either focus or not focus, whatever your style of meditation might be. But yeah, it's emotional durability, and it's, in a sense, it really helps you to keep together. It helps to support the heart while also supporting the root chakra. So like trauma that just kind of pulls the floor out from under you is good for bloodstone. And blue calcite, very much similar, but this is more of a soothing, very soothing for really intense emotional pain. It also helps you to verbalize what you might be struggling to say so that you can convey those feelings that are coming up. It does help to bring big revelations and like sudden clarity and big breakthroughs as well. And it helps with decision making, especially if you have to make those decisions when you're really not in the best emotional place to make them, but yet you have to. Blue calcite for sure. It's intensely supportive. So let's go ahead and bring these guys down. Now we'll leave that. Let's do this here. Oh, good. Have a nice... Okay, cool. Chris, when you watch this, I'm absolutely going to throw in all the crystals you requested. I hope you have a wonderful sleep and all the best. It's good to see you. Lots of love to you and your sister. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Sharina. I do this. You're always welcome here. I do this 5 times a week. So, yeah, I'm here same days, same times every week. So, always feel free to come by. The whole schedule is in the description box, and if you subscribe with the notifications on, you'll get messaged when I go live. Concentration and retaining information. Absolutely. Studying for certification exams and always feel like I'm back at square one every study session. I struggle with that too sometimes. Let's do 2 really good study stones. And let's see. My favorite for study is Labradorite and Tigerite. Labradorite also helps with better sleep. So we'll set the intention that this will help Chris have a really wonderful sleep. but it's helpful for research, study, like attention to detail, and even finding the tiniest minutia of the information, like needle in a haystack type stuff. It's great for. It's also good for intuitive awareness, clairvoyance, and things like that. Labradorite is actually very related to moonstone. So this is Labradorite. So this will definitely help with research, study. Like it helps with seeing all of even the smallest bits of detailed information and kind of bringing it in and being able to really understand and work with it. So we will bring this in. Let's bring them in here. Tiger Eye helps with the research and study in a slightly different way. It helps us to see things like with a very elevated view, like almost like we pull back and we can see more in our frame of view. This helps with the learning and memorizing and studying. It helps it to not just be disparate pieces of information, but it helps you to see how they all work together, so it's easier to understand and remember everything. It's also great for bolstering courage, big picture thinking, like if you're going to be an entrepreneur, this is usually considered an entrepreneurial stone, like thinking about all like the big possibilities. And it helps to protect against envy and jealousy, but in general, it's very balancing and very supportive, encouraging. Works very much with the solar plexus, but it's really helpful for studying. So all the best to you as you do that. Let's go ahead and do this here. Tiger Eye is also very protective energetically. Hey, heart, lots of love to you. Yeah, sleep well, Chris. Sorry, caught that cough button just in time. Kanta, honoring connection with this community and blessings of this community, honoring how our respective intentions are raised vibrations, increase impact because we are gathered together. Absolutely. I love that you're recognizing that. Communal chi is so much at play, and if you, regardless of where you are in the world, you might be able to find a community acupuncture clinic. Community style acupuncture is just a completely different thing than like one-on-one. They're both amazing. They're great for different things. I love community acupuncture because it's that communal chi. It's that group chi. Even though you're not talking to anyone, no one knows why you're there or what you're getting treated. Being treated in a full room with other people is just blissful. I mean, it totally takes my mind and just like I go somewhere else, and it's lovely. Let's see. Integration, reconnection, money stuff, and not being tired. We have been loving on the Bumblebee Jasper lately. We really have. So I'm going to bring that out. This is great for mental focus, and I did see some folks requesting that, but also vitality, energy, and like that get up and go kind of feeling. It makes you feel like you want to get up and do the things and get excited in your motivation. Physically excited for motivation and mentally excited and motivated. It's great for collaborative or group work as well, and for positivity, confidence. It's another solar plexus stone that if you have a hard time kind of standing up and saying, hey, this is me, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to go do it. If you struggle with that, Bumblebee Jasper is another stone that can be really helpful. But yeah, lots of good decision making energy, and just energy in general, like vitality. So there is Bumblebee Jasper. Oh, thank you, Patty. I just noticed that. Oh, hey, Sabrina. Anxiety, especially during travel, muscle aches and pains, organization, stone-wise, honey calcite, emerald, and moss agate. Absolutely. We've got the emerald, the moss agate. Let's bring in the honey calcite. I think that's our favorite stone, or at least it is for the moment, but it's long been a favorite here, right? This is one that helps with optimism even in the most challenging of times. It also is wonderful for attracting the right people. So neighbors, friends, colleagues, etc. It helps. Basically, this works with the solar plexus, which is your center of self, personal identity, your will, and the sacral, which is beneath that one. And that has to do with how we relate to other people, our relationships, creativity, and sexuality, and that kind of stuff. So individuality and the community, and finding balance there. So honey calcite can be really lovely stone. Bring these out around the edge here. Okay. And for anxiety during travel, and especially muscles, green calcite. This is my favorite anxiety stone because not only does it help the anxiety stress, it helps unwind the tension that we end up holding in our physical body as a result of all that stress and tension. But it can bring in so much ease, this sense of like reassurance and ease. So yeah, so tension, sometimes like when I'm really stressed out, everyone knows where they put their stress. It's one of the things I bring up in my Reiki 1 classes is, okay, next place we'll bring our hands is, where in your physical body do you put your stress? No one's there like, what do you mean? Where in my body do I put my stress? Everyone just moves their hands. So it's like we know. So this is a great stone for that. So green calcite. Oh, let's put that by the blue calcite. Let's put that there. And for muscle aches and pains, my favorite, and also moonstone is really helpful for protection of you while you travel. So that's helpful. And that's already there. But for muscle stuff and muscle aches and pains, my favorite is serpentine. Whether it's muscle aches and pains or muscle weakness, whatever the case might be for you, this is helpful. It's also good for calcium and magnesium deficiencies. If you struggle with blood sugar issues, whether you're on the high side or low side, diabetic, hypoglycemic side, this is thought to be helpful for both. And it's great for trance meditation as well as rashes and eczema. So serpentine. This is also from Belladonna Botanicals. So let me bring this in. I'm going to bring one in here. Let's see. There we go. So happy and safe travels to you. Also, I'm not feeling my usual strong connection to the divine that I really need. Gotcha, Patty. Worthiness, vulnerable and motivated, chronic fatigue, loneliness, lovability. Lovability, kunzite can be really helpful for that. So sorry. I just saw Martha put, time spending with pets is never wasted. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. 100% true. No one on their deathbed ever said, wow, I wish I had spent less time with my animals. I don't think that's happened. I don't think that's happened at all. Let's see. Self-worth. The first thought in my mind was green onyx, and here I am coming back to green onyx. Yeah, this is one that's great for grief and sadness. I've used this for loneliness before with good results with lots of folks. It's good to, I guess you could say that this is another like emotional stuff hits the fan stone to an extent, but I look at this as more like a long-term kind of thing. Usually where there's like really intense grief and like the heart center is super affected. But yeah, this is making decisions in your highest good when you're not in a great position to be making decisions. Absolutely. It also helps to move forward despite that emotional pain, but overall it really can help soothe and support you through that grief, that sadness, that kind of ongoing feeling. So I'm going to bring this in. So this is green onyx. Green onyx usually looks like more of a pistachio color. But onyx comes in lots and lots of different colors. Self-worth. Feel like Septarian wants to come out for you too, Patty. So this is also another one that's good with muscle spasms. So just putting that out there. And it also gets called dinosaur egg. Just putting that out there too. But this is Septarian, and these are raw pieces of Septarian. These are available on my website, as are a lot of the calcites and things. There's a few of the stones there are available on mine. But this supports vulnerability during times of change. So if you feel very vulnerable, this can help you feel much more supported and a lot less bare and exposed. It's also wonderful for emotional growth in general. It supports your solar plexus, so that supports your sense of self. So if you feel like you're low in the sense of self-worth, supporting the solar plexus can be really, really helpful. And this is one that does it. It also helps to understand the underlying causes that are behind like beliefs we have, habits we have. It can help us to find like where does that come from? This is a stone that can help enlighten that. But yeah, any kind of emotional growth, shadow work, this can be really helpful. Very raw and vulnerable place. It can be really supportive for those very, very tender times. And even for like identity crisis too. But Septarian. So I'm going to put, because they're kind of larger, I'm going to put them on the outside of the grid. So I hope that that helps, hon. I'm so glad that you are here. Help guidance on letting go of bad habits and opening your spiritual gifts better. Absolutely. Well, that one definitely. Letting go of bad habits. Also for letting go of bad habits is peridot. Breaking bad habits and cycles, learning from it. This can also help bolster good friendships, like the kinds of friendships and relationships that help you to thrive as your best and happiest self. It's another one too for Martha. This is a good one for digestive everything too. And also everything from like constipation to like acid reflux. This can be helpful for depression and weight gain. This is thought to be helpful for, as well as anger and jealousy. So that's peridot. And for these spiritual gifts and spiritual connection, I'm going to bring in two because you asked, Patty asked, and Chris had requested some specifically. So let's bring in sapphire and chevron amethyst. Sapphire is a very strong stone of intuition. It can be really helpful for anyone who does any kind of channeling work. It can help you, if you do it professionally, it can help you to figure out the best way to explain what you're hearing, sensing, receiving in any way, and how to word it to your querent in a way that's going to be most meaningful and most understandable to them. Whenever I'm doing the tarot for 12 signs, I always have some sapphire just out of frame to help with that. And it's helpful. It's also great for speedy justice. So lots of love to Susan and Greg. I hope that this supports them, as well as the eyes, the ears, the thyroid. And it's thought to help support folks with dementia as well as those who care for them. And it's very connected with the angelic realm, with our angels, and helping to feel them closer. So that's sapphire. Chevron amethyst is also a stone that helps us to connect to our angels, and one that helps us to send our energy, thoughts, and requests up to spirit, and allows us to help hear those things come back a little bit stronger too. It also helps with tolerance of others, but in general, anybody that does any kind of visual, like whether it's shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, if you do manifesting with envisioning things, this can be really, really helpful. This is a great stone for like connection and receiving messages from spirit, but also sending up well wishes, gratitudes, whatever you have. It's also thought to be really helpful for degenerative diseases. So we'll bring this in. I love Chevron amethyst. Okay, there we go. So I hope that that helps, and welcome in. Support in a reckoning with my depressive bouts. I am divinely inspired, worthy, and belong to this earth. I love that. And I feel like a lot of us are feeling that right now. Me too, for sure. Thank you for verbalizing it. I appreciate that. Let's see. Definitely peridot can help with the depression, but let's also bring in aqua aura. This is a stone this was clear quartz, and it's clearly been treated. This has been treated in a process actually using gold, and it's given it this sort of blue coating. And at first I was like, do I really want a stone that's been processed? Like, do I need that? Do I want that? What does it do? It absolutely is different than regular clear quartz. It's it's thought to be very helpful for things like depression. I struggle with depression, and I am not here to shame meds. I take my meds. I'm grateful for them. I do all the things I can for my mental health, including working with crystals. This one's been really supportive, but there's not a lot of information on it from other people because there's a lot of folks who don't work with it, and also it's kind of fairly new. Obviously, it's a relatively new technique. But yeah, all the best. Also, like I said, peridot is helpful for that. So we'll bring this in. For now, I'm going to place this here, right at the top. And divinely inspired, worthy. We definitely got the self-worth stuff. Let's also do some mahogany obsidian. This also helps with worthiness to a point. It's helpful for teeth and gums, and it's also helpful for skin, but great for releasing anger and the need for approval. It helps us with vitality and strength, so it'll definitely support that bumblebee jasper, but it helps to relieve a tendency towards perfectionism, like that whole adage of a done something is better than a perfect nothing, but also when we feel like it has to be perfect or we need someone's approval in order to be validated, for us to be validated, for our ideas to be validated, for everything that we even consider to be validated. This is one that helps us let go of all that so that we can live life better on our own terms. So that is mahogany obsidian. So let's do this one here. And this one here. There we go. Thank you, Martha. That's really sweet. I should totally do like a YouTube short of me putting all the stones back afterwards. It's actually, at first I was like, oh, that one thing that I always have to do. I've actually really gotten into a flow where it like really helps me ground after doing this. So I actually like it. AEB. Yeah, I'm always feeling a strong wave of energy, especially surrounded by these cool folks. And also for Andrea 54 Hector, stones for help with depression, bad habits, self-love, and spiritual awakening. We've definitely got ones for depression. Bad habits, we definitely have those. Peridot is really for you. Self-love and spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening, definitely Chevron amethyst. moonstone and sapphire. But for the self-love, there's two that are great, and I feel like I want to bring in this one. It's called Fuchsite. This brings in a sense of a tendency towards self-care that is not just like, self-care. It's more like, go have fun. Self-care. So that's Fuchsite. It's great for inner child work or like healing childhood trauma. It also helps to just encourage play, encourage you to do things that are fun and allow you to play through whatever's going on. It's inner child work is great. Carpal tunnel, it's thought to be helpful for, and it's also thought to aid with supporting you through sleep disturbances so you can sleep better. So we'll put that there. Yeah, what's going on, Gertie? Oh, we've got a cat purring. Okay, lots of love to you, Patty. Just making sure I get everyone's request. Fawn. Healing with pain in your ankle around your hardware. Gotcha. Fertility, new journey. Oh, you're moving. Congratulations. Grief, loss, motivation, abundance, self-love, and creativity. I think you hit the nail on the head for like everything we're all feeling today, for sure. So we have a lot of those in there. For the pain around your ankle with the hardware, we have the howlite and the lapis. Fertility and new journey. New journey, especially for moving, definitely picture jasper, but I'm also going to bring in rutilated quartz, tourmalinated quartz. So we had Dalmatian jasper, which has black tourmaline going through it. This is what happens when it goes through quartz. And sometimes that quartz is clear or it can be any color. In this case, it's actually a little bit greenish. But this helps to ground and release a lot of nervous energy. It's another stone that's very protective if you're traveling. It's great for patterns and from childhood, like breaking them up and releasing them. And really, it's good for scar tissue. It's thought to be physically good for scar tissue in the body, on the body. Oh, you just saw a paw. In the body, on the body, but also in the emotions. So it can help break up those really old stuck types of things. It's great for new jobs, new gigs, new revenue streams, and we definitely had that request. And really just career type stuff too. So new journey, it helps to break up a lot of the old past stuff so that you kind of clear the path ahead of you. So we're going to bring this in. Let's bring this in here. So that's tourmalinated quartz. And fertility. But yeah, new journey, definitely sunstone and picture jasper, especially for like big moves. And we've got fertility. Let's bring in Unikite, definitely great for fertility and really every aspect of a woman's life, especially hormonal. Every aspect of like prenatal, postpartum, onset of menses, beginning of menopause, all that kind of stuff. It's great for metabolism. Also anyone who's struggling with addictions and the fluids of the body. So that's Unikite. And I'm going to bring in Carnelian. This one helps with fertility as well, and it supports all relationships. This is one that works with the sacral chakra. So that's relationships, how we relate to the world and the people and the everything around us. Our relationships, it's another stone that can help call in your romantic partner. It's definitely impactful for fertility, and it helps with healing wounds, dealing with colds, dealing with allergies, and in general, like apathy, laziness. It can kind of help warm that through. It supports creativity as well. So let's bring that through. So all the best to you. You keep reaching up for hugs. Yeah, good girl. Grief, loss, motivation, self-love. Grief and loss. Let's also bring in black onyx. This helps with fear and self-doubt, but also excellent at processing grief. It's very protective, and it helps with connection to your ancestors, if that's something you're working with. Yeah, here you go. But yeah, grief, it's exceptional with it. I especially love using this with the green onyx that's already there, that focuses more on the sadness side of grief. This focuses more on the grief and like the processing it, and like mentally starting to move through it. So I'm going to bring this in here. Let's see. We're also going to get some Herkimer diamond. This helps with manifesting. It also helps with being in the present moment, and I would argue that that's the best place to be if you're manifesting. Knowing where you are helps inform where you're looking to go to next, and if we just keep wishing for the next thing, we're wishing our life away. We don't get a chance to sit and enjoy it or even know where we're at. It also helps to balance energies as well as metabolism, and it can help support intuition. So that is Herkimer. Aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite. This is two types of calcite together. The blue is very potent, works with our soul star chakra. So that's the energy center above the crown where we connect to the highest possible version of what we can achieve and what we can do and what's possible. As well as the aragonite, the tan, works with our earth star chakra. That's the ability to take that wisdom and that knowledge and that sense, that kind of spiritual North Star, and follow it up with action and making it actionable, actually doing the things that you need to do to make those possibilities come true. So this also helps balance all the energy centers in between, which is all of them, especially helping the Kundalini to flow more optimally, but it really helps to bring a lot of balance to the entire energy system. So we love it. And let's see what else. See if did I miss anybody? Let me know. She loves playing with the stones. Aquamarine, you got it. What are the stones that are good to put in your electronics and lower the electromagnetic stuff? Shungite. So we'll do shungite and aquamarine. Shungite, superb at helping with electromagnetic fields. Some folks are sensitive to them, some folks aren't. if you are sensitive to them, this is a wonderful stone to have. Shungite is a stone that helps us on the physical recovery and healing injury and surgery and things too, but also emotional side. It helps with emotional blocks. It aids emotional pain, like it gives you a release valve for your emotional pain, and also breaks up any blockages that are kind of letting you feel like you kind of can't let go of it. But yeah, when it comes to electromagnetic stuff, this is one that you can put near the electronics or carry on your person, and it really can improve just the way you feel when you're around that stuff if you're sensitive to it. So, shungite and aquamarine. This is another stone that has a little bit of a justice vibe, but aquamarine is for all of the body fluids, all of the fluids in the body. Also the teeth and the gums, but forgiveness. Now that's forgiveness, whether it's I forgive you to give you another chance, or I forgive you to set myself free and I'm moving on. Whatever the case may be, this can help. It's also great for dispelling like pettiness and Karen-like behavior. Like people who are already aggrieved and looking to take it out on someone, this is a stone that helps like repel that kind of stuff and just sort of pettiness. So low vibe stuff. It's also thought to help with bringing justice, like may justice prevail. So aquamarine. And we are going to put that there and right here. There we go. So I think that is our grid. Sapphire is, some of your requests. Oh yeah, I did miss them. Let me see. Hey, before you go. Oof, speaking of hardware, my leg is like, I don't want to move. Before you go anywhere, Gertie, you can stay here if you want, but you can also go hang out with your sister. It's up to you. Totally up to you. Oh, she's staying. Oh, that's nice. Oh, now she's changed her mind. Okay. Feeling defeated on the political side? Yeah, definitely. Blue apatite's in there. Inflammation. Lapis is in there. Arthritis, blue lace agate is in there, and howlite's in there. Releasing personal judgments and the energy of others. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so feeling defeated when it comes to your rights and stuff. Something that is more solar plexus-y, like lets you stand up and say like, Let's go with some zoisite. Zoisite, by the way, for the request for fertility, this is another fertility stone, but it's also great for encouraging you to face challenges, problems, setbacks, especially if you feel like I'm just so overwhelmed by these setbacks, I just don't want to move. Zoisite can help. It also helps to release negativity and any sense of apathy. So sometimes we just get so overwhelmed with negativity, and with like real negativity, not negativity as a mindset, like there's actual negative things in the universe. This helps us to release what we're holding on to so that we can kind of let go of it a little bit. But yeah, and it's also good for seasonal affective issues. So this is zoisite. Where shall we place you? Let's place them under the Lemurian quartz. And I'm going to bring us another solar plexus stone. And I'm going to bring in yellow calcite. And this is setting your priorities based on your desires. A lot of time when we're getting even more marginalized, that it can be kind of easy to almost roll over and just accept that this is a stone that's going to encourage you not to. It helps you to definitely prioritize what's important to you. It also helps you to release needs for approval of others. So it's definitely got that in common with Mahogany Obsidian. It does help clear blockages around the solar plexus, so self-identity, free will, standing up for yourself, and can help with self-confidence in general. So that can help with that. So we'll bring in yellow calcite. Update on your failed certification exam. I was 3 points away from passing. What a relief. I did understand more than I thought I gave myself credit for. Good for you. I hope that there's some kind of way that you do get a retake if that's in the best interest. How do I tell the difference between all the clear stones? It can be hard, like especially the different types of clear quartz. It can be hard sometimes. Honestly, and this is going to make you feel a lot better about yourself, like crib notes. Yeah, crib notes. That's how I remember the different meanings anyway. As far as like which ones they are on the clear stones, sometimes I can tell, like I actually have my brick and mortar healing center. I had 2 physical locations before COVID hit and I decided to close it. One of them was on Jewelers Row in Philadelphia, and the awesome jewelers that are there taught me how to really like look at and evaluate different kinds of stones, so that can be helpful. They actually gave me a loupe and taught me how to use it. And a loupe, L-O-U-P-E, is what someone would look through to see a gem more clearly. And here, we're going on a little ride. Okay, so here, it's one of those. So yeah, it's basically a very potent magnifier that it's self-focusing. You hold the stone right up to it. So if I wanted to say, look at this Lemurian quartz, and that can help me see some of the crystalline structure to help me decide like what kind of stone it is. But when they're all the same stone, that can be a lot harder, because on a very basic level, like just what is it physically, clear quartz is clear quartz, and there might be inclusions, but if there's not, it's clear quartz. But they're different because of the energy that they have. So sometimes it's feeling the energy, and sometimes it's knowing where they were sourced and where they're from. Like Herkimer diamond only comes from the Herkimer, New York region. But there are lots of double terminated clear quartz all over the world. So yeah. Yeah, it's fun. You can get one of these online. Yeah. You can get one of these online. They're fun. The jewelers taught me the real trick. They're like, okay, now people are going to look at you and they're going to size you up by how you use this loop. So don't you squint with the other eye. You do the trick where you know, if you need to, you use it like this so that you're covering one eye with your hand so that you're not squinting. And you can just sort of look. Because if you're squinting, they're going to look at you and think she's new at this. And because over time, you'll start to develop that wrinkle. And there are definitely a couple people on Jewelers Row where I can see what side they use their loop because it's got more wrinkles. It's kind of wild. I guess when you're doing something for like 50 years, that's what happens. But great question. And I think we're going to hop on into the second half of things. So while I am explaining what Reiki is, if those of you who are here wouldn't mind, go ahead into the chat and just share anything that you're grateful for. That'll help boost the communal chi. That'll help boost the energy of us and of each other and of this lovely circle, while I quickly explain just what Reiki is, what to expect for the folks who are new, and then we're going to jump right into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's DanielleStimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Usui Reiki for nearly 15 years. I just put out my summer schedule. I teach live, online, certification courses with ongoing support available every week in students and grads only Reiki shares. And yep, I'm here for your whole journey. So you can check that out at learnreikiphiladelphia.com, or you can also book a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading with me, or shop my crystal collection there. So what is Reiki? Well, the style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki. So Reiki it's sort of become a catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki, and this particular practice, this method, was created by Mikao Usui in Japan in the early 1920s. And given what was going on in their country politically with marginalization and some really horrible things, basically it was best for all involved and kind of required for this to be taught in a way that was secular. So deeply spiritual, but not having religion as an aspect. So that being a really empowering thing and kind of a new concept in Japan, it's why this particular practice, I think, resonates with us so much in the West, or at least one of the reasons. So essentially, the understanding of what is energy in Usui's practice is best discussed in relation to Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan. And in Shintoism, everything, everywhere has a soul. I have a soul, you have a soul, kitties have a soul, the trees have a soul, the earth has a soul. Everything has a soul. And all of these souls are interconnected. And within that interconnectedness, spirit, as you might define it, would be supporting us additionally. One of those additional supports is a spiritually guided soul energy. And that's what Reiki means in English. And this particular energy is like one of the essential building block type energies. It's what our body, mind, and spirit are working with all the time, every day, with everything that we do to bring us into a greater sense of balance and help us to do all of the emotional and mental things that we do. Emotional, mental, and physical healing. When it's sort of like how we're mostly made of water, but we don't think about it. And when we drink water, which is so critical to our very survival, we don't have to think about what our body does with it or prioritize it. It's just hardwired in us. We don't even have to think about it. It's very similar with Reiki. It's always flowing through us, even if we don't acknowledge it's being there or realize that it's there. It's flowing and our body is working with it. Tonight, I'm going to connect to this spiritually guided soul energy, or Reiki, using Usui's techniques. And then I will direct more of that energy to you wherever you are and whenever you're enjoying this video to support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they're doing every day, to support you in the best way that balances all of those things. As you're getting your session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may feel some emotions come up or be released. Mentally, you may get a chance to think some things through or hear your subconscious. And spiritually, you may get sudden clarity, realization, or even a deep intuition. And a lot of times you might just have a really relaxing nap, and that's kind of amazing. More than likely, your session is going to be some combination of all of the above. So what do you do to receive it? You don't have to really do anything. I suggest you get comfortable, whether it's sitting up, lying down, whatever it might be, whatever works for you. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to stay still. This is your time for you. If you suddenly feel like, I want to stretch, I want to do some yoga, I want to walk around, I want to journal, I want to throw some cards for myself, then do exactly that, because this is your self-healing time. But yeah, if you want to take a lovely snoozy nap, that sounds great too. If at any point you feel like, I was just really into it and I got really distracted, just take a deep breath in and out and it'll bring you right back into the session. There's no wrong way to receive Reiki energy. I will send Reiki for 25 minutes. During that time, I'll lower the lights. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next, but they will not flash or strobe. And I will turn up the music. If you enjoy the music, check out the musical creator. She's linked at the very bottom of the description, so you can check out her channel and enjoy her background music all day long. I know I do. And I'll send for 25 minutes. At the end of that, you'll hear the music begin to lower. My voice will come back in, and I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back to the room that you're in. And at that time, I'll reopen the chat and you can ask any questions or share any experiences that you feel inclined to. At the same time, if you're like, I kind of don't want to get up, I kind of just want to lay here. Awesome. You don't have to get up. You can just be wherever you are. If you fall asleep and take a nap, congratulations and enjoy that nap. But yeah, I'm really grateful that you are here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing energy with all of you. And yeah, everything I do here, you can learn how to do, and I can teach you. So go ahead and check out the website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com, and thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already hit that like button, please consider doing so. It actually helps other folks to find the channel. And thank you so much for all of the support. I'm up to 823 subscribers now, and I'm so grateful. So let's get into that session and all feel so much better. Oh, thank you, Patty, for the reminder on the like button. I'm really bad at that YouTuber stuff. I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for my kitties. I'm grateful for good neighbors. I'm just grateful. Super, super grateful. And thank you for all of the lovely things. Oh, nice. Yeah, and the kitties are going to purr for sure. Let's go ahead, get comfy. Eyes open, eyes closed, whatever works. I'm going to send you that healing, and I'll see you all again in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out at your own pace. Slowly start to come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch, move, and bend. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. And if you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. And I'm here every week, same days, same times, all times East Coast US. And if you subscribe with the notifications on, you won't miss a chance to join. You're welcome, Martha and Hart. Oh, thank you, Sharina. I really appreciate that. I hope to see you again soon. Blessings to you too. And take care. Oh, thank you, Square Bear. That's really sweet. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you for sharing that. I can actually hear Gertie snoring from across the room. I dropped a big pillow back behind the bed, and before I could pick it up, the cats adopted it as their favorite new place. So it is their favorite new place. And I can hear her snoring from all the way over here. But I'm so glad, Square Bear. Thank you. Catherine, you're so welcome. And you think that the dog really liked the Labradorite because he's a lab. How could he not? But also, if you ever need support for your animals. Oh, excuse me. Big yawn. I tend to yawn after I do a lot of energy work. Leopard skin jasper is great for animals. So if you ever feel like you need a little bit of TLC for your dog when you're here, just let me know. I have a crystal for it. And you're welcome, Patty. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm glad it was comforting. You deserve it. You need it. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're still putting in the good fight. Yeah. This is a fun grid too. Yeah, blessings, peace, love, and light for all of us, I hope. You said it, Patty. You absolutely said it. Your kitty girl is snoring too? Oh, you're welcome, Nico. Oh, sorry, Lee Nico. This is the first time you didn't fall asleep and wake up well after it was over. It's okay if you do. Set an alarm if you need to be somewhere, but it's totally okay if you sleep through the end. Sometimes it's just meant for it. I get my weekly session is a distance session, and every Monday morning, or now it's like Monday at noon, I'll get back into bed and just receive my session, and I end up sleeping afterwards, and it's amazing. It's like the best way to reset after, like having a week. Yeah, I decided when I started working for myself that I no longer had to do Mondays, so Mondays are my day off. But I'm a Capricorn sun, so I usually end up working anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead here and get ready to bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. Your little leopard seemed to like it. They're more prone to join us when it's in the grid. That's interesting. We'll work with that. We'll work with that more then. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here with an abundance of gratitude for each and every single one of you. I'm so grateful for you. Go ahead and remember to please take care of yourselves. I'll be back tomorrow. And as always, you can, if I'm not live and you need some Reiki, go ahead and check out the past healing live streams. They're just as healing. There's almost 300 installments just for you sitting there right now. So have a beautiful rest of your evening. Take care of yourselves and bye for now.